Okay, hello, and we're
Meow.
live. Welcome to episode number 19.
Merhaba, kalimera.
Today we are streaming in English, and next week we'll be in Russian probably.
Today we are streaming in broken English. I am sick with cold, so I apologize for any noise.
So I hope it's not our last stream, right?
If someone has a good skill of healing, then no. But if healing is not supported at the launch of closed beta, then, then yes. A warm welcome to the 6 viewers. One of them is Monika, the other is Rita, and the other 4 probably are my parents and my brother.
Hi, Mom. Okay,
wait,
so...
is she your mom too?
We are all, coming from the same family in Africa.
One big family. Okay, so what are we talking about this week? What are the news?
The news is that I will hit the publish button on the new developer blog in about 30 to 40 minutes, depending on how soon we finish this call. And once I do this, are we having a stream? Do we have a stream?
Probably. We'll check in a minute.
Guys, if you don't see anything on the screen, let us know. But if you don't see it, then you don't hear me. You see it? Okay, fantastic. It's just our page. It's loading and loading and loading. Anyway, when I will publish the developer blog this afternoon, it will have a provocative title. Originally, I thought I was pretty conservative, explaining that we are moving closer to the closed beta. But when I read this blog this morning, I realized that some people might think that it means, hey, the beta has started. Well, I did not. So just to clarify things, in today's developer blog, we're talking about when the beta is expected, and that is 6 weeks from now. It's not today. It's not tomorrow.
Approximately, right? Approximately
yeah.
6 weeks.
Yeah, so what I'm saying is that we currently expect it to be at the end of June, maybe in early July. What this also means is that the early access release is at least Q3. So we will see how it happens with the closed beta and how many bugs we have and how many problems you guys experience. Good friends of ours launched a game this week, a new game, and it's down to 61% approval ratings because of some issues. We don't want that. So we want to do the beta, get all the feedback, then slowly move with certainty to early access, and then kind of, build a camp in early access and stay there as long as comfortable and as long as we're happy there. So, I was out of the loop for a couple of weeks. Can you guys show me something new in the game?
Of course, let's start from big things. Let's show quest report update and some bugs, of course. Okay.
While you're looking for bugs,
yes.
I understand that we have a decision on how we will show dead disciples. And it's very elegant, but I'm not going to reveal it because we haven't made it yet, visually.
But we'll show the development process. We have a current stage, how it looks on a board, on a real-time board, with a eye patch. Right?
Yeah. It will be eye patch, which is an elegant way of keeping the portrait, keeping the clothing, but clearly showing you that that person is dead.
Yes, but we'll get back to it when Monika will join us and she'll explain all the process and idea behind it in a detail. But for now, quest report. We've added character reactions to events that are happening. Here you can see that person Larry is commenting, "Does anyone have any ointment? My arms are horribly itchy." And this comment is related to events that's happening because they're trying to go through the burning ivy and they're getting some
itchiness, rest, tired, quarrel, itchiness.
Yeah, I think
run
out every condition that we have.
Yeah, for now we have a lot of conditions happening at the same time. We will polish it later, but for now it's for test purposes.
So what's important is the reaction, and the reaction is showing you certain traits. So depending on the reactions, you can guess certain traits of the character. Is that Correct.
That's right. We are working on a reaction that will be connected to the events that's happening, to the characters that's talking about it, and maybe
to perks, to conditions of characters. So when we have some comments, some reaction, it should check all the parameters, so it would connect to the situation and connect to the person who tells it.
So you can kind of get a feeling and understanding of who that person is.
Yeah,
Alright,
sometimes,
cool.
yeah.
And this is
Maybe
what-
maybe it can be from that perks you don't even know, and
Yeah,
you will
yeah.
see some comments that you weren't expecting.
You'll see the guy making comments suggesting that he's a greedy person, even though you don't even know yet that he's greedy.
Yeah.
And here is one more example of a small event that we are testing. It's a small.
A swarm of angry hornets is approaching a nest. A nest must be nearby. Okay, so there's a lot of bees.
Yeah, and they suffer a little bit, some damage, and the effect will disappear during the day or something like this.
Yeah.
So not
It's
all
not something
conditions
that-
will last long. Some of them are short term, but some of them can be.
Yeah, some of them can be serious. Some of them can be a big symptom for some disease that will.
They can be some kind of clue for a bigger problem.
Yeah, and
This
they can be deadly.
This is
Okay.
skill process. Skill process.
At the end, there will be always a final report that's a sum up of everything that happened to the characters and their progress. Here we can see progress in skills. So they have skilled some herbology and travel magic, and some of them even improved in alchemy because they were cooking.
Finally,
during the
they're
travel.
getting some practice.
But I can see also that theory is progressing as well.
Sometimes,
Just
yeah.
very, very slowly, but still like 0.
But sometimes it just goes with practice.
Yeah, they're
You
revealing
just
some
learn.
new knowledge from the world, and this pushes the theory as well. And we can see a summary of inventory. They've gathered some mushrooms, some flowers, exotic fruits, and they've got 0 simple ratios. It's because they've cooked one during the travel and ate one. So in a total, it's 0. They
And we
brought-
can see all the events that these items were gathered in.
Yeah, we can always track back everything that's happened to, for example, this exotic fruit. So they've gathered a couple, they've ate some, but at the end they've gathered more than they ate. So that's good.
Okay. So that's important for you to understand what really happened during the quest. Without this kind of log, without this kind of tracking, it will be a black box.
That's right. It also helps to find out which characters work better than others and why. And that's how you can manage your next group that will go gathering these exotic fruits, for example.
Yeah, okay, so you learn through analysis of what happened. Good. What else is new?
Let's go explore some ruins and we'll show...
Oh, I see already
Mage
the icon of
scandal.
the skill. There's the icon of the skill.
Okay, yeah. On a global map, we are working on showing the list of possible quests that can be done in certain locations. For example, ruins. For now, there is only exploration available, so you can clearly see what you can do on a location.
Explore.
It's not everywhere yet, but we're working on it. Let me find
It's
some...
like forage, do this or do that.
Yeah, here is some caves you can explore as well, more ruins, and let's find something. Yeah, you can explore cities for now and work with magic. That's right. Here is a magic energy, source of magic energy, and there is perform ritual quest available. So if we will click, we will see it's control of magic node, and we can send our disciples to capture it and start pumping energy to our spire. Later there will be more types visible on a global map. For now, that's it. Good. Let's
There is
see
a forum. There is a forum now. You will see. You will get the link in 40 minutes if you're watching the stream.
So
just
it
go
will
to-
be available in a blog post, right?
Yeah. Just go to spireofsorcery.com/forum/ and then you land on the forum. And the forum, there are different language sections. Setting up still Japanese, Chinese, Korean, German and French, but already set up Russian and English, and we are starting to post certain user interface images to get your opinions, and then there's a lot of questions about certain terms.
Are the location icons are final? Not yet. They're more or less close, but not yet.
I haven't been consulted, so it's not final, because I will find a way of misunderstanding some of them.
We'll find a way to show it better. If you have some problems, you can always leave feedback on the forum or on Discord, and just share your feedback with us.
Yep. Ni hao to all of the viewers from China.
Good. So
Zhongguo, probably. Okay.
We have some Chinese speakers here.
So we will have the Chinese forums already set up as well at spireofsorcery.com/forum/. This will become the primary source for us to talk about the closed beta and to get your feedback, because we expect a lot of feedback from you guys, from those who will be in the beta.
Good. Next big thing in a, I'd say, experimental stage is Mage schedule and assignment.
This is an improvement though.
Assignment of different tasks to our mage.
Finally, you can put the mage to rest.
Yeah, it's time already. So what's the idea? We have a mixed together schedule of disciples and a mage, so it will be one schedule for all. So if it's work time, then everyone's working, even the mage,
including the mage.
Yeah, if you want to give him some work. But for now, he has all tasks. Yeah, or her. For example, our mage is Rita. It's her. So 10 o'clock. It's time to work, but our mage is resting, so we can assign some task for him. So there is this pop-up message. We can see all active tasks that can be selected from. We have 2 books to read, so we can choose what we want to read. For example, we will read what the corrupted needs to know about the herbology. Good.
This is concentration. Okay. A quick question for you. Do we already have in the game the icon that means no one has ever read this book yet?
Not yet. Okay. We'll add it later. Right. So we can choose from already created tasks. We can assign
mealtime.
Different activities.
Breakfast.
Right? For example, mealtime. Okay.
Let's do it.
He'll try to eat something during this.
But hold on a second. Time. So he can do the mealtime, but everyone else's schedule remains unaffected.
That's right. We can change the main schedule on a wheel, on this time wheel, right? It will be only 2 options: free time or work time. During the work time, all the disciples will try to find some tasks to do.
But the change you make is for everyone. So if you change here, you change it for disciples and for the mage.
That's right.
Can you change it just for the mage and not for the disciples? No.
No, there is no reason to do this, because mage is tightly connected to what's going on with disciples as well. If it's a lesson or some kind of research or whatever that affects more than mage, then it's will conflict with
so it's a certain limitation. For example, I want to take it easy and have my mage sleep a lot.
Oh, so that's fine.
But I want to overwork my disciples.
That's right. You can assign any kind of activity to the mage. Even during work time, he'll sleep, right? Because you have much more control over what mage is doing than your disciples.
So the thing on the right is specifically mage. The wheel is for everyone.
Yes.
Okay, so that gives me the flexibility of seeing everyone work, but putting my mage to sleep in the same time.
That's right. And we can leave it as a free time, and during next time this slot will be triggered. The game will ask what you want to do with your mage, and you cannot skip unless you decide what to do. For example, we'll create new task, and we'll create new reading task. We're going to the library, we're choosing what kind of book we want to read. For example, this one. We're selecting Mage, apply. And we have this small button on the bottom corner. It will be updated, Mage task required. We're getting back to this window, so we need to apply what he will be reading. There is a new book. here it is.
If
And
you have
time.
no ideas, just get the mealtime.
Yeah, and
Then your
also,
mage will get fatter and fatter, and then you'll have health problems.
this approach is still under construction. We are still discussing the better way to represent all this. There will be option to skip all these steps and to leave it to AI to decide what to do. So it will be some kind of automation of a process. So
Yeah,
your mage
you just
will-
create your
We haven't
tasks.
made it, so let's not talk about what we
Yeah,
haven't made it.
but
This is
it
my
definitely
ideal.
should be.
This is why I think this is
sleep
how life
meal,
should
sleep
be.
meal. Yeah, looks good.
My mage will be very, very happy.
But can we, I don't know, make low portions so he will eat more, but not so much.
Super exotic fruit.
Yeah.
Okay. We can have a sushi bar in this bar.
Sounds good. Okay, so that's it for a mage schedule, work in progress. We'll see how it will look later.
And with the global map, are you guys done? Or Rita is
Global
still
map
working on it?
is on hold. We've finished all the basic biomes, how they should look. So we're not touching distorted lands or some distant biomes that are not reachable during early gameplay.
In the beta, you should enter distorted lens and be killed immediately. This will save us some time.
Instant
it's
kill,
okay, yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Some random mosquito will bite you and you'll die.
Yeah.
So on a global map, we
Okay, it's
should
currently on
finish
hold.
We
Yeah.
can call it early access lands.
Yeah.
Go with that.
after EA lands.
Yeah.
We need to create icons for human dwellings,
Yeah.
some villages and towns, and we need to improve already existing illustrations for ruins, caves, and etc.
I'm a bit scared by those red dragons. I keep mistaking them. Like, we have to work on this because now you have those red dragons here, and then the giggler underneath. I'm not sure if it's the same thing or not. Like, too much red for me.
Yeah, it's this layer of informational icons that we need to work on to better represent what's going on. So when we are zooming out, it should be clearly visible what's going on. What are these objects?
Well, I mean, we'll discuss. Because
Yeah.
I think red means danger. So when I look at the map here, I think
kinda
shit,
true,
it's all
but-
dangerous.
But not all of them super dangerous. So
But
maybe
then it's
we
like,
will
look,
need
like
to.
this. There's a lake snattered in the river, and it's got the red sign. So to me, it means, oh my god, there's a dangerous animal. But not really. So I would change the color. But this is what we will work on the next couple.
Yeah. So, yep. What's our next topic? Because global map.
The dead people.
Good. Let's go to the dead people, and we will
I hope we
invite.
will not go to them. But let's go to the board with the dead people. Yeah.
We need our dead people
Specialist.
researcher specialist, yes, to talk about the process.
Hello,
Hello.
Laba diena.
Let's
hello.
go.
Laba diena.
How many of you guys speak Lithuanian? Pirmin, atgal, what else do I know?
There were-
Einam, Rupus Miltai. But probably no one really speaks Lithuanian who's on here on the stream, so yeah.
Good. It's loading. So, Monika, please tell us about the process. What's the idea behind the symbolism of death, and what our game designer decided to go? Like, in which direction we are going with the representation of a dead person?
Well, there were many ideas, especially when I started reading about death in the Middle Ages and about all the different kinds of burial rituals. But in the end, we stopped at the idea that usually the body is buried if there's time, and if the body is easily, like, not too far away from the spire or died in the spire, then it's buried, and that there is like a small service about it, like a little bit of
Well, there's
A
some
ritual-
ritual.
there's
Yeah,
some
there's something
ritual-
happening. Yeah,
yeah,
because
some
we
ritual.
thought later in the development cycle of the game, we could do something about whether or not your party decided to properly bury the dead or just go
Yes,
ahead.
there was.
And if you just go ahead, then it will be negative because the animals find the dead body. It's like,
Yes.
if you die on a mission, you want to be,
Yeah.
properly taken care of and not
Yes.
just left to
Yes.
the wildcats.
Death is important mostly to the people around the disciple, and reaction to it if the disciple is left or the body cannot be taken back home, then it's like a far more emotional response. A bad
Oh,
emotional
this is
response.
nice. This
Yeah.
is nice.
With the visual part of the death,
Are we changing the colors? Or just the skin?
there's a debate right now if we should completely change the colors or make it black and white, if we should just change the skin tone and leave all the clothing like very bright, or like here it's slightly desaturated.
I think like showing the disciples in the moonlight is a good idea, so that if your skin was darker, then it still remains darker.
Well,
'cause when you-
here you see it still remains darker no
Yeah.
matter. Like it just gets the tint of the bluish
Some kind of a
tint.
blue light.
A blue light or a bluish tint to the skin. Like as dead people, they do go blue after a while, and this world doesn't really have the necessary equipment or knowledge to keep them looking like they're alive.
Yeah.
And
No, I
that-
think this is a good point because you still recognize them,
yes.
but you also feel sad
Yeah,
about your favorite character.
Also, there was a big question about how much can we change the expression of a character, because the expression of a character in our game is more about the characteristics than how they feel right now. You look at the portrait and you see that this character is, I don't know, sneaky, or like inside they have this, I don't know, always happy, and how much can we leave when the person is dead, because it immediately leaving the mouth open, especially in very expressive mouths, is a no.
Yeah.
So
I don't know if you guys saw a lot of dead people in your life. I saw some when I was studying, and we had to go to all those anatomical theaters, what they're called. And I remember that the expressions change a lot. Every dead person looks more or less the same, with the kind of relaxed expression and the mouth. So I like what you've done there. Is that even if you're smiling or you're winking, but then in the death,
the mouth is
you're
closed.
more or less
Yeah,
the same.
but the thing is, actually, people when they die, they can kind of freeze in the expression that they die with, and then in the morgue they change you back into this like calm expression. Because otherwise you just stay like smiling.
On this screen, what I like about this is that I spend some time playing with that person.
Yes.
I got invested into that person.
Yes. Yeah.
I'd like to see them put to rest like this and not into some ugly,
Yeah, of course. Yeah, this
fucking
is
scram.
what Andrey is showing is the process of thinking about how we change the background of the character's
Profile, yeah.
character profile, because when he's dead, you cannot use him anymore, and there has to be symbolism of death.
Yeah.
I talked with the designer, our game designer today, and we agreed that the
Eye patch?
eye patch, the clothing that they put on the eye is a very good idea and could be like our original. Yeah, an original idea for our world, how people are always put to rest with the cloth on their eyes. And maybe death itself, like in this world, death itself is seen as blind and deaf.
Yeah.
She doesn't see, she doesn't hear, she doesn't care about who you are.
We have a dog who wants to join the podcast. Come on, come here. Okay. You feel neglected during the podcast.
Borg.
Yeah.
Anyway, so this is our attitude towards death. The stats are less important. You can see that they're toned down.
The health
But what I really love is that you also see the end of the story. Good born. This is how you got into the Guild of Mages. This is what happened later on, and then you see what happened in your life. How many books did you read? What did you do? Answering a question from the chat room about the save system of the game. So with the save system of the game, if you play in the Iron Man mode, which means you are connected to the server. Then you have one save slot that you can use, and that's about it. If you play on your own, then we don't really care. You know, save as many times as you want, and do whatever you want. That's the current understanding, the current model. I haven't seen the save system implemented yet, so probably doesn't exist.
Currently, it's in the basic state, so you can create any amount of saves for your game and save load as many times as you want to for a single player, not server connected games.
Yeah. For server connect, that's a whole different story. We had a recent discussion about the in-game items and this and that, and that's all for the later. What else do we have?
I think it's all for death mechanics.
I love the death solution.
We need to implement it still.
Yeah.
It's work in progress, but already we have some direction to work with.
Yeah.
And I really love the illustration here when the.
Yeah, that's the one that Alexei chose. Also, like it's dramatic and crying.
Well, I
and
love
also,
it. Yeah.
also because we cannot really take skeletons.
Yeah.
Because of China.
Well,
basically,
like
basically,
people
we cannot,
say China doesn't really object much.
Yeah.
And
but
if you go to some
still,
Chinese games, you still see skeletons. But yeah, we don't want to offend anyone.
Also, skeletons are kind of like overused. I decided to make very, very skinny, almost dead people.
Yeah, it means you had
like mummies. Right?
Mummies, kind of, like mummies, like.
But they still show that during your life you had your passion, you were happy, you were sad, you struggled. And what I really love about this illustration is that you struggle, and then you die, and then you don't really care. Yeah. Then you're there, and it's pretty much how we are in real life. You know, we struggle to finish this game and ship it. Eventually, 20 years from now or 30, whatever, hopefully longer, all of us will die eventually, and then we will not really care. If
not me.
Yeah, but
on time or not on time.
But with this illustration, the world around you does care.
Yeah.
You don't, but the world around you does care very, very much.
Yeah, well, if we die before we ship the game, then people will care for sure. Don't say, "What the hell? I had it on my wish list for a year, and you didn't."
Good point. Yeah.
Yeah. So we definitely need to ship, and then we can do so. Speaking of shipping, a reminder: we plan to go into closed beta at the end of June, 6 weeks from now, more or less. Maybe a bit later. So you will see the development blog today. Don't get too excited, it's still 6 weeks off. But there is already a forum set up where you can sign up, set your profile, and get ready to participate. And as a reminder, the closed beta will happen this way. We will post a link to kind of a secret Steam page where you can purchase the game. And then you will be able to play it and limit this to 1,000 people. We tried doing the same thing in different ways before, and we think this is the best way to go forward. We don't want to do any Steam keys that keep floating around, and we don't want to invite people who may not be committed to actually playing and giving us feedback, so we'll do it this way. Anyway, next on.
Good. Then we'll go into the next topic. Thank you, Monika.
Bye.
And we'll talk about some art assets that have been prepared for the past 2 weeks, and we'll invite Rita to join us and to talk about.
And by the way, while Rita is coming here, what did I do the last week? I spent time hanging out with people from Valve, Epic Games, GOG, CD Projekt Red, Bandai Namco, Sega, Square Enix, Gameloft, CCP Games, Tencent, and others, as we had our annual summit of games industry lawyers that we do every year here in Vilnius for the last 5 years. It's just something that we do as a community thing. It's a non-profit event, and for a couple of days, 200 people from this year, it was from 33 countries, come over to talk about video games and legal aspect of video games. To respond to the question in the chat room, we expect closed beta to start in about 6-7 weeks. And now let's talk about the art assets. That's my favorite part of the game. But I think nothing will beat really the solution for death. This is the coolest thing I've seen today.
Oh, Well,
I go out and then I come back and you guys develop this cool death solution. This is very nice. The second best thing is this, inventory items.
Good. So what do we have here?
Let's see. This is the
Days. The moment we stop scratching the dog decides to go and bark on some random people in the garden.
So yeah, this week's item is Tree Bleeder Spike. So
Tree Bleeder Spike.
This week's special is Tree Bleeder Spike. Spike from Tree Bleeder.
Grilled, chopped, raw.
It's just
piece
raw.
of bread.
Basically, if you get to the illustration of the Tree Bleeder, there you go. You can't really see the spikes.
How do they work? Why we can see them?
Because they come out from the other side of the Tree Bleeder.
As
the
they're
front
shooting
side.
them into their enemies,
Yeah,
right?
if you come too close and want to scratch your back against the Tree Bleeder, as
The
you
video
do,
keeps stopping for me. Yeah, I mean,
it shoots you
sometimes
with
happens.
spikes. Basically,
okay. And what can you do with this item? What is the use of the item?
as most parts of these poor creatures, you use them in alchemy because you're a very cruel person. So yeah, that's this week's.
Okay.
What about the
Can I take a look at the Pyrrell?
yes.
We're going back to the past.
Yeah, I missed it. I missed your previous stream.
Here
Sorry,
is
guys.
the development process of a pearl of a lake snarer.
Yeah.
And you chose number 1.
That's right.
Yes. A lot of green, but the main green is the rectangle green. Yep.
Alright. It's kind of yellowish green though.
Yeah, we wanted to go for a sort of a rainbowish kind of color that it's fancy and
Okay, so that's the Lake Snare Spiral.
Yep.
Then let's go to the next one. What was next?
another part of the lake snare. It's tentacle.
On the right side is the tentacle of mermaid.
Yep. They're kind of similar, but not really. So,
So many tentacles to choose from.
yes,
Can you cook soup like a tentacle? The famous. Let's say your mage is sick. You come to the mage and say, "Oh, poor mage, what does your heart desire?" And he says, "I want a tentacle soup."
But they should be still alive when you're
No, but
cooking
then you
them.
you kill 20 disciples trying to get tentacles from different creatures who are not very
Everything
happy
for a
about
mage.
this.
Everything.
That's the thing I'm looking forward to if it ever happens. Ever, probably not.
Sacrifice myself to the mage.
This is
No.
what? Blueberry?
Cooking
No,
food.
it's not blueberry.
It is a raven's eye. Not a fictional plant. It's a real plant.
Is it
See
poisonous?
photos on the left. Yes, it is.
Shit.
So you can use it to poison your friends, or you can use it in alchemy.
Okay,
So,
cool. Next.
Rare
Wait.
wood. These are colors. Different
Wow.
colors of rare wood.
Do
Wow.
you have the concepts, like how it was developed originally?
Is it more impressive than the death scene, Sergey?
We're getting there. We're getting there.
Oh.
So here, if you ask me, I would have said number 6, which looks like an artichoke.
Like a palm tree.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
That's
palm
why.
trees are pretty
That's
common.
why we didn't show it to you, because we knew you were gonna choose the lamest.
Because you
one.
know that I like artichokes, so I want artichokes in the game.
And we already have some test name for it. It's Grimwood
Okay.
for now. Maybe
Grim-
it will update.
Grim-
And what is this thing between? Is it tar?
Huh?
Kind of a tree blood or
Yeah. Who knows?
Sap, tree sap, right?
sap, tree sap?
Probably,
Yeah.
yeah.
Tar. Whatever. Okay. Cool.
Can be anything.
And that's it for items. And we can
Yeah.
move on to something bigger and more interesting.
Let's
see
start
what
with
we have.
idols. Let's start.
It's not as cool. It's not as cool as the death.
Idol.
I really love this.
Let's see what we have
illustration
for idol.
of life struggles, and I cannot wait when we can finally start working on animals in the game, like having a dog in the spire, come and cuddle next to the mage. But that's probably like years from. Yeah, Monika is a big fan of birds. So I think the first animal that we'll have in the spire will be birds.
Some kind of parrot.
Yeah, we'll lobby for dogs, but she'll make.
So this is
We'll vote.
This is the journey of the idol.
Uh-huh.
The idol itself was, I drew it 2017, I think.
2007. I think it's 2007.
Yeah.
It was like back when you were little and walked under the
so
table.
young and naive, you know.
Yeah.
And suddenly I'm just cynical and old. So yeah. So
She had a birthday 2 days ago.
yes.
So she feels old this
Everything's
week.
changed.
Yeah, next week we'll be back to normal.
So yeah, I started coloring idol. See?
Oh, I can see the work of a major artist, not just some
Oh yeah.
Amateur.
Number
game
one,
artist.
as the comments were, it looks like it's been pooped on. So I was like, okay, I gotta make it less pooped on. So I cleaned it up. And the altar, Alexei said that we need to put some offerings from different.
Yes, that's correct. Because when he
Because
says that,
it's sacred place and it should be.
and you should be able to find some stuff there as well, randomly.
So a few fruits was not enough. So I was like, okay. So I've added.
Number 5, I can see like in number 5 that people sacrifice comments.
Yes.
Some people brought comments to the idol.
Yes.
It's nice to find this old comment from years
yeah.
ago.
There was some monkey and she left a comment.
Yeah.
All right.
So there we go. It's an idol. It has some stuff.
I love number 6. Yeah. There is some.
So yeah, the main thing about idol is you can drain energy from it once, and also you can find some random sacrificed objects that you can use later.
It's like a lithium-ion idol.
Yeah, like battery.
Yeah.
AAA battery.
And then some weird avocados that went sour. All right.
Yeah, so that's the idol, and it's already in a game. And we have.
I like the progress. I like that we have
updates.
finally offerings. It was incomplete without the offerings because
Yeah.
already you can read
Missing
about
something.
Yeah,
Just a rock.
you can read about the offerings in the game design texts, but we haven't seen it before. So now we finally connect with one another.
Yeah.
That's good.
The other rock will be monolith. Just a
What's going on? Loading.
It's okay.
loading.
We have so many images, it'll take some time.
Okay, it's done.
Good,
You
so
wanna go to
let's talk about the catacombs from the beginning. We had our initial sketch, black and white.
Back in the day, back in 2017, again, I made the sketch, and it's time to come back to it again.
Oh crap! I mean, just realized that we were working on this game for 2 years already.
Yeah.
And the thing is, when we started working on this game and we thought we're gonna ship in 2018, I thought that'll be a record, a record of how quickly we can make it happen. But life is predictable, and so nothing good happens fast.
Yeah.
And actually now, probably it'll take another year to ship the game. Probably we'll ship it pretty soon because we're pretty good.
Okay, so we have some production of catacombs. We wanted to make them more fancy, add more detail, and in catacombs you will find Dwelling of Pale Ones, which is on your right. So yeah, I was dealing with a lot of arcs, so at some point I started trying out using a 3D program, SketchUp. It's actually pretty cool, but I'm still a noob in it, so
don't move
architecture
the game
is
into
hard.
3D.
Yeah.
I will move the game into 3D.
No way.
So where I am right now,
Catacomb Dwellers, Pale One, and
where I am right now is trying to still find the right thumbnail, the right sort of composition of the new catacombs. And if we go to the left side, I'm also thinking about how to make these catacombs more unique. How to add some sort of architectural...
Did you draw that yourself?
Yes.
Okay, so you're doing some research.
Oh, yes.
Creeper guy.
Please zoom in.
Oh. Wow.
Are you impressed now?
Yeah.
Are you?
I mean, I have to say,
Finally.
I have to say, this is the best team I've ever worked on, development-wise, in terms of artists. We have everyone, like Nikita, me, and Alexei are pretty lame because we cannot draw anything. But the rest of the guys, they just take the pen and draw, and we feel like blind.
My tablet pen was broken this week, so I took Andrey's tablet, and Now he's not drawing.
It shows how much you draw for a project.
Yeah, that you broke it. Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Also, my keyboard on my MacBook Pro is broken, so that shows you how much I type.
Yeah,
all the
all these
development
blogs,
Yes.
forums, and
53
updates.
development blogs and killed it.
That's
Killed it.
number.
Angry type.
I don't know what's gonna happen next week because I will have to give it to the Apple shop to fix it for a whole week without the computer. I'll drive you nuts.
So yeah, in these concepts, I'm trying to figure out sort of the kind of lore we can push into the catacombs to make them like our own.
Number
in a
6
way.
is great.
Number 6, yeah, some kind of a buried giant. Maybe in its hands can be like tiny buildings or whatever. In number
7 is good.
7 or 8, I wanted to make a guardian for the catacombs of
Yeah.
sort that can be that is on the pillars. So in 8, it's more like macabre faces that are looking at you.
You can see that Rita spent some time in the UK because she knows words like macabre.
Oh yes,
We're
I'm
much
very-
more limited. We're like,
I'm very British.
this
yes.
is a good and a bad, and this is nice and not nice, and sometimes we say amazing, but we don't know what is macabre.
I'm the one who doesn't read books.
Yeah.
From the whole team.
Just to be clear, useless. We've got the same series of 3 books for everyone in the studio.
Yeah.
Guess
everyone-
who finished? I think I finished first. Second was Monika, and then Andrey
Yeah.
fell off the wagon through
After
the first book.
But he
one,
tried.
Yeah.
Actually, I read the first chapter, just saying, and then I remembered that I don't know how to read. I only know how
Yeah.
to speak.
But you know what happened is Rita didn't finish even the first chapter. So when Hosoya, our writer, visited us, I gave all the Rita's books to him.
Yeah.
And the son of a gun didn't even start reading it because he's so
Yeah.
busy writing the stories.
I told him
So-
that, reading is not cool. So
And
he's
now he
like, well, if
follows you.
Rita is not reading, I'm not reading
Okay.
either.
Now back to this. We already have the sound, right, for the sound effects.
Yeah.
Which-
I think so.
I think so. I heard it. Yeah, because it gives you this feeling of space and some dripping water.
Yeah, there's some kind of
So if we go a bit lower,
How low
the
can you
main
go?
Oh, there you go. That if we go deeper to the caves, the main issue right now is to make catacombs look different from caves. And the idea is that the catacombs are not only buildings, right? We have some cave structures there as well. So it's like a blend in of natural and human,
Man-made, yeah.
man-made.
So just to be sure,
buildings.
on the top is the catacomb work in progress, on the bottom is the cave.
Yeah,
Different
it's-
things.
Yeah, different things.
Both
Look
underground and
similar,
different.
but- Yeah, and if you go here,
Just pointing finger on the
Oh,
screen.
oh.
You're not saying.
okay, you can reach both of them in the entrance to caves and catacombs.
Oh,
of
it's the same
game.
entrance. You don't really know if you
Yeah.
will reach caves or catacombs.
Yeah, the
Alright.
entrance.
For now, maybe later we'll add separated entrances.
If we're talking about Britain, the entrance looks rubbish right now. But
I mean, we never use this word rubbish in the daily
it's
life.
rubbish. So
But it's cute. It looks cute.
To people
it should
who,
be dangerous.
No, it's
people
cute.
who want to expand their English vocabulary, I highly recommend reading the Malazan Book of the Fallen.
Yeah, don't read book, kids. Just go to the
when
UK,
you read-
talk
when you
to a
read-
lot of people, and you'll be good.
When you read the Malazan
Socialize.
Book of the
Yeah.
Fallen, you realize that you as a person have no knowledge of English, but the writer is so great. Allora.
Good. So I think that's it.
No. The
From,
dog
from
wants to
our
escape.
department, right?
Someone came and visited us. Yes, this is it from our department. I really want to work with you on the icons that show different types of objects on the screen.
Yeah.
Because right now, if you go a bit up, here, entrance. So we do have the kind of a travel magic icon, which suggests that you can explore this place.
Yes.
But the icon between and below it, that should show that there is a point of interest, is a bit bleak, getting lost on the screen. And to me, exploring the caves and catacombs is much more appealing and exciting than meeting Lake Snare. But right now on the map, Lake Snare's icon is bright red.
Yeah, we
And
need to find
this
the proper
icon
balance.
is kind of pale daisy. The dog wants to run away. Okay, I'm gonna let her run. Go!
Yeah,
Go! There's no one there. So
the
you
dog
can
is
run.
appalled by our
Yeah.
comments.
But the process of
The The dog had
searching
enough.
of perfect UI UX will be, I think, until release, and
Yeah,
even
yeah,
after
yeah.
the release we'll
Perfection
be
doesn't
improving
exist.
it. But yeah, we'll be
Yeah.
there.
I'll use this chance to remind you can go to the forum, spireofsorcery.com/forum/ and register yourselves there. We will.
It's
be
still under
discussing-
construction. There is not much yet, but we'll.
Come on, don't break my pitch. There's tons of stuff there, and
Yeah.
once you register, then you will discover.
You know,
that maybe-
expectations. They
Yeah.
they need to be on the level.
Okay, then there's almost nothing
It'll
there.
just change your life, you know. It'll just
Guys, in
Yeah,
20 minutes from
whatever.
now, I will release the new development blog for this week. So
it's been 20 minutes
hang
from
around,
now for a
hang
while.
around.
just push the button.
12 minutes to 5. Well, probably 20 minutes. 20 minutes. Like once we stop this, it'll be 15 minutes after
Okay,
that.
but actually, that's it.
That's
everything
it!
that we wanted
That's
to
it!
talk about.
Does anyone have any questions
Yeah.
about art? For example, an example of a good question is, how come your art is so wonderful? Or
Yes, that's a great question.
how do you manage to produce so much original art? Or
Yeah.
why do you have such a cool artist on your team?
Why art is art?
Yeah, what is art anyways?
What is art? Yeah.
What are beans?
Well,
Oh.
we express the vision of our game designer.
Yeah.
So in that sense, he is our ultimate client, and we work on his vision. They have some joke. I'm not getting this joke, guys. I'm with you. I'm not getting their joke. I don't know.
Yeah, it's when the doctor asks you, like, if you go to a doctor and they're sort of very skeptical about your diet, you know, because young people and dieting, and they're like, you need to eat a lot of beans, she says, and she's like, you know what beans are, right?
Well, in my generation, people know what beans
So
are.
from
for
now
sure.
on, I have no idea what beans are. Like, when she said that, I suddenly forgot.
Come on, there's sort of like red beans and
Knowledge is
giant
lost.
beans and
Yeah.
white. You just have to go to Cyprus, and
I
then
don't
in
know.
Cyprus you have 6 different options
show me the
of beans on
beans,
the menu.
Sergey. Show me the beans, because
The beans to buy the beans. Anyway,
so yeah.
Good. So
Jokes
reminder, all recorded episodes, previous episodes are available on the YouTube channel, so you
Yeah.
can go and subscribe if you want to. You can go to the Discord if you want to
Yeah.
chat with developers
Press
and
the
ask
bell
questions.
button, because the
or
subscribe
register
button.
in the forum. Register in the forum.
Yeah.
Forum is my baby.
Yes.
There's already a good discussion about the icons of the primary skills. We identify one problem, and today I'll try to set up the discussion about the names of skills, and that's proving to be a challenge.
So yeah, join us and help us improve the game.
Yeah,
even
basically
before it's released.
become a
Yeah.
part of this community before it became cool. It's already cool, so like before it becomes massive.
Release the game before we do.
But also to give you an idea how much we care about our community, we spent last week a significant amount of time discussing the special item that we will give to all the participants of the closed beta.
Spoilers.
I will not say what the item is. I'm
Don't
just
talk
saying that
about
we.
things we haven't done yet.
Okay, well,
The
we
main
discussed.
rule.
We discussed. The discussion happened, so I can say that the discussion happened. I will not say what the
But
result.
who
is.
knows where will it lead?
Yeah, you'll get
Yeah.
a magic bean into your inventory.
But there will be something.
Please
And then
send me
there will be something in
references
early
because I don't know
access.
how to draw it.
I don't know
Okay.
what else.
Good. I think that's it. We don't have more
Yeah.
jokes to tell, so
We're just
we need to go.
digressing. Yeah.
So thanks for watching. Next week stream will be in Russian.
Thanks for the
English.
patience. Yes,
Mhm.
So yeah, thank you. Thanks for watching and bye bye.
I'm still waiting for the last question in the chat room, but it doesn't come.
Don't ask us anything.
Last question, please. No. Yes. No. Maybe
No.
we should have like Kufasa waiting for the queue and then asking us a question.
Fake questions, you know, like cheering us on, like our parents.
I was like, how did you manage to make such a great progress in the... Anyway.
Nobody knows. It just happens.
Okay.
Okay. Bye.
Actually,
Bye.
see ya. Ciao, ciao.